the upper level. Apparently, this gentleman started running down the stairs, but of course, there's the bottom level. To escape, he jumped out the window.
These are pretty big windows.
This man took his love of superheroes to a whole new level.
And the thing with Midtown Comics, if you've never been there before, their staircase to get up is very steep, and it's also very narrow.
Yes.
So he knew that
there was no way out. Because only one person can go up or down at a time.
Stairs. So it's like, so if you try to go that way, and if someone's coming up the stairs, he's fucked. And if he's trying to go down the stairs, no, there was like absolutely no way. So what do you do?
Now, on his way home from work to the bus, Damien went to go investigate the scene. This sounds awesome!
I was the eye on the scene!
And if you do follow our Nerd Herders page, if you scroll down a little bit, you do see a selfie of my husband in front of Midtown Comics, and the window, which is right where the staircase is all boarded up.
They replaced the glass pretty quick, though. The glass was in the next day.
It's also pretty funny how he jumped out the window that has a Superman sign.
I know. Right? So,
it would have been great. I swear to God, if I was there, it would have been great if he just for the shits and giggles, he had jumped out and went tra la la. I loved it.
I haven't seen any further reports as far as
and the man was arrested. He did live. The man was arrested.
Okay. You know, I think he broke his leg. Obviously. Bumps and bruises and bleeding, and the guy was arrested. But we still don't know what you were stealing.
That's what I want to know.
We want to know what
was worth
jumping out of the freaking window.
I know, that was my first question.
Well, if it was from the second floor, that's Funkos, that's toys. It wouldn't be any of the models, because all the models are behind showcases.
Yes.
Well, it clearly didn't have anything to do with Logan or Deadpool, because clearly the leg did not heal immediately.
Obviously, yes. But, what was it?
I mean, granted, I have my love of the Sandman, and there is a particular book, as Veronica knows, that's at the Strand that's waiting for me.
Mm.
Yep.
But I wouldn't jump out of the window for it.
That's fine.
Yeah, but
I'll just pay for it.
So until this day, I do wonder what the hell he was trying to steal. Like, were they standard new releases, and he just felt $6.99 was too much for a Marvel comic, because it is. Or was it like, a 25-cent floppy that you can just get anywhere? Was it one of the higher grade ones? Was it a Funko Pop? Like, what? I'm dying to know.
See, my feeling is, honestly, and it's not to pigeonhole people or anything like that, but I go past there every morning, every night. There's a lot of homeless, a lot of young,
unsavory,
young people. That I'm trying to soften my words here, and everything like that.
The word you're looking for is hood.
Yeah, well, not the hood.
Just a lot of unsavory people.
A lot of people that look like they came from the movie Kids, but they're all grown up now. Things like that. I honestly don't think it was actually probably a fanboy. I think somebody went in there just trying to score some merchandise to try to sell. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's honestly all I think it was. Because in all the years that Midtown has ever been there, they've never had an altercation like that.
I know.
And the sad part about it is, again, I walk the same path to and fro, and it's literally the same people I see every morning and every afternoon. Mm-hmm. I see the same, and it's not like it used to be. Sadly, it's not like you see one here and then one there. I mean, I remember one morning I told you it was literally a whole block and a line of people just, laid out and sleeping and everything like that. So it's a sad situation. I honestly think it was just somebody just looking for a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. Like I said, once you told me about it, I had to walk by and I saw it. I was like, wow, that's just insane.
I don't think it happened on Friday the 13th, though. I think it happened Thursday.
No, it wasn't on Friday the 13th. Yeah. It was like during the week.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki.
All right, well, speaking of New York, and speaking of comics, again, usually what we do is a Comic-Con recap, but we did not have a show last week in order to do it. However, I want to do something a little bit different. Spike here went to New York Comic-Con all 4 days. Yeah. He actually thoroughly enjoyed it, to the point where he said it felt like the old times. Danielle here went to New York Comic-Con on Thursday, like she always does. And this is the first year she blatantly told me she might not go again. Both of you.
The floor is yours. Your debate. Go.
Why did you feel it was better?
Well, for one, like, trade paperbacks were actually good prices on sale, like the old school days, like $5 each, $3.25, you know.
And there were trades there to begin with.
Yeah,
and there were trades, yeah, exactly.
That's true, yeah, there were trades. Like, easy access to, like, panels and stuff. If you get there early, you know, you're not getting left behind last minute, at least in my opinion, at least. And, yeah, just pretty much, like, it felt normal to me. It didn't feel like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
Cramped?
well, there was some cramp moments.
Well, yeah.
It didn't feel fake?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, lovely Danielle.
Well, for me, it was simply one, I was working on 4 hours of sleep the night before, as we went to see in this moment. So there was that. The one thing that really ticked me off is there were certain booths that I wanted to go to, and there were certain booths that was giving out something that I really wanted. One of the books was Renegades by Marissa Meyer. And I knew that Macmillan Publishing was giving it out. I knew that there were ARCs being given out because they sent out promo packages to people and everything. The thing that kicked me off is that they started to give it out at 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, for those who go to New York Comic Con or have gone to Comic Con, okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
If you get there early, usually, like, for myself, I'm the type of person that's like, I have a ticket, so why should I wait up in a queue hall? You know, I have a ticket, let me go onto the floor. If the floor is open at 10 o'clock, just let me get onto the floor. Why I have to go downstairs and wait when I know that, heck, you know, the floor opens at 10 o'clock. I can understand the whole security thing and having everyone wait there, which is cool. That's fine. But the thing is that if you're a booth and you know that you have a fan or a bunch of fans coming simply for that particular product, don't give it out at 10 o'clock in the morning when the show floor opens.
That's kind of ridiculous, yeah.
Do it at 11 o'clock. And it's not like other bookstagrammers or other booktubers or book reviewers have not said the same thing. Macmillan's like, eh. Like, you know what? Come on. Like, if you know that there's a particular product that you're putting out, don't do it at 10 o'clock. Do it at 11 o'clock. Because 10 o'clock is the only time that people are going to be allowed to go onto the floor. Where that whole queue hall thing ticks me off as well. I can understand a queue hall for a panel. I can understand a queue hall for an autograph. That's fine. But to get onto just a show floor, that's ridiculous. It's, you know, that's the thing is, like, if you have a panel to go to, again, yeah, wait for that. Also, it was, for me, it seemed to be like, if you were looking for independent things, you had to go all the way on the other side, and that area was so cramped that you were not able to get around. Or if you wanted particular trades that you were looking for, and you knew that a particular company, like, you know what, this company that I have shopped for sells particular things that at a reasonable price, they were all the way over on the other end. So it was like, in terms of logistics and in terms of walking around, it was just like you had to definitely plan. Like, I know that I'm a meticulous planner, but it just seemed to be like the logistics and planning out everything. Like, I knew that the book publishers for myself, because that's what I normally go for Comic-Con, is when I go to hit the particular book publishers, because there's particular books that I know that I want. So I know that they're between aisles 1800 through 24. But if there's like a toy or a figure that I'm looking for, it's usually all the way at the other end. And if you don't make it all the way over the end, you're fucked. And if you want something else, you know, like a Funko, which I'll get into in a minute, because that pissed me off too. You know, if you don't get there at a certain time, you have to go all the way on the other side. It just seemed to be, for me, it just seemed to be like everything was just mistimed. If you're planning on giving out certain things, don't do it at 10 o'clock. Do it at 11. And also with your things, if you if you get a ticket for Comic-Con and you know that you're just going to the show floor, put that on the badge. Like, show floor only, or have separate things, or have separate tickets for panels, which is fine. But if you openly tell the staff, "Hey, I'm only going to the show floor," there should be you should not have to go into that stupid ass queue line. Which I showed in my vlog that I posted. Getting to the Funko bit, unless you want to get into the Funko bit.
Well, I kind of mentioned it last time.
This is going to fall into the whole other conversation we've been talking about sporadically during this week, that Funko is getting a little bit big for their britches.
Yes,
Okay.
seriously.
When a particular Funko came out, which was the Zack Ryder Funko,
Yes.
Veronica and Damien both got in touch with me because they know that I only go on Thursdays. Thursdays is my thing for Comic-Con. So they knew that I was going there on Thursday. They told me straight up, try to see if you can get the Funko Pop. Now, being the queen of small talk that I am, and being that I always get what I want, I went to the particular booth. After I, figured out where exactly I was going to go and stopped at my stuff first. Go to the particular booth and I see a line. I'm like, okay, fine. People are waiting for, to go into the booth, or maybe there's an autograph session, or I don't know. I find out that for you to enter the booth, you had to have a ticket. Excuse me. I have the ultimate ticket in my pocket, which is green.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been my ticket into the freaking booth.
I'm here to shop.
Well, for the standard line, like people that didn't have tickets, that was only at 5 o'clock.
That's what?
Yeah. If you
And the show and the floor closes at 6 o'clock.
What?
So you had an hour to attempt to shop.
For regular people that didn't have the lottery tickets.
So
That
there's
is
the thing. So this is the thing. You are a company. Obviously, you want my money. So you know what you just did? You just inconvenienced me. So you know what's going to happen? You're not getting my money.
Yeah, seriously.
So if that's the way you want to work, Funko, okay, I'll hold on to my money and I'll go to where I can go to get the particular Funkos that I want. If it was a ticketed thing, like, you have to have a ticket for this particular Funko. Okay, fine.
It's not unheard of. Yeah.
If you want a particular Funko signed by the person, okay, fine, there's a ticket for that. Book publishers do that too. For example, who is that? I forget the author right now. Max Brooks. Max Brooks had his autograph session going on Thursday as well as Saturday. As with all authors, if you want a particular book signed, or if you just want to be part of a signed period, you have to get a ticket. Which is what I did for The Bear and the Nightingale and a couple of other things. So I can understand that. But to have a ticket just to enter the booth?
Yeah.
And then not only that, it was never implied elsewhere at any point
I didn't hear,
that you needed one, nor to where to get one.
That's true. Not true. I did get an email for to enter it. I did. Well, I didn't win it, but I tried.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be entered
But
to
they
win a
shouldn't
ticket.
be-
That's
There
you have to
should
enter
be-
to win a ticket.
There shouldn't be a sweepstakes for that.
I'm here to buy.
You paid your money to get. You did the whole stupid ass van verification crap all over again to have the option, like you do for football tickets, to have the option to buy your ticket for Comic-Con. So they already got your money there. Then to enter a sweepstakes, to enter a booth,
To buy.
to buy?
Yeah. And again, it's not. None of this was even really slated because I follow Funko on Instagram, and that's how I was keeping up with the Comic-Con stuff for both of you. And at no point in time did they ever mention a ticket needed for the booth or a sweepstakes. None of that was ever
I've never
mentioned.
heard of having to get a
Ticket to enter a booth.
win a sweepstakes to be able to shop somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's very high and mighty.
Yeah.
If I may interject for a second.
No.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Damien and Foxy can tell you, I'm one and done with New York Comic Con.
Yes, he is.
Do you think this might be due to the fact that they're really outgrowing the location?
No, because Javits Center has renovated their space simply because of New York Comic Con.
Okay.
So they have made it bigger.
It falls into the category of, at this point, because we have discussed it here and there, Funko has gotten way too big for their britches.
Okay.
To the extent where...
There's a Funko for everything.
There's a Funko
I
for
want
everything,
a Funko.
but...
Can I get a Funko? I mean,
But,
I was on ABC News on Sunday, so does that...
Technically you can. There are blank ones that you can create into yourself. But